You open your investment account and there it is, $300,000, and your first feeling isn't relief. It isn't excitement. It's something closer to confusion, because your life looks exactly the same as it did yesterday. You're still waking up early, still dealing with the same commute, the same bills, the same pressure to keep the income coming. Nothing changed. So you sit there looking at the numbers and a quiet thought starts forming. If $300,000 doesn't change everything, what actually will? Here's what most investors don't realize. That feeling makes perfect sense because up to this point, the math has been working against your psychology. You've been in what I call the dead zone, the long stretch where contributions do almost all the work. Compounding barely registers, and progress feels brutally slow no matter how disciplined you are. But $300,000 isn't just another milestone. It's the exact point where that dynamic starts to break. The math shifts, and if you understand what's actually happening, everything looks different. Meet Marcus. He's 34. He's been investing for 8 years, and his portfolio sits at $187,000. He's done everything right. Consistent contributions every month, no panic selling, no lifestyle inflation. On paper, he looks like exactly the kind of investor who should be confident. But when he opens his account, the number doesn't match the effort. 8 years of discipline and he's got $187,000. It feels slow in a way that's hard to explain to people who aren't doing it. What Marcus is experiencing has nothing to do with his strategy. It's pure math, and it works in 3 distinct phases. From $0 to $50,000, your contributions are doing more than 90% of the work. Think about what that means in practice. At $50,000, earning 7%, your portfolio generates $3,500 a year. That's less than a month's rent in most American cities. You could have a strong year in the market and barely feel it, because the base is too small for the percentages to matter. You invest thousands of dollars and the account barely moves. An entire calendar year can feel like you took 3 steps forward. From $50,000 to $150,000, things get slightly better. The market starts contributing something you can actually see. But your paycheck is still the engine. Your $1,500 a month in contributions, $18,000 a year, is still doing the heavy lifting. At $150,000, earning 7%, the portfolio throws off $10,500 a year. That's noticeable now, but your contributions still dwarf it by a factor of nearly 2 to 1. You're still the one carrying the weight. From $150,000 to $300,000, the market gets louder. Some years you'll look at your account and realize it grew by 15 or 18 grand without you doing anything different. That feels good, but your salary is still the lead partner in the relationship. The portfolio is helping, not driving. And this is where the psychological trap forms. Because when progress feels linear, slow and steady month after month, your brain starts assuming the next phase will work the same way. You think, it took 8 years to get to $187,000, so getting to 600 grand must mean doing this same thing for another 16 years. Save more, stay consistent, wait longer, repeat. That feels logical. It's also completely wrong. The reason it's wrong isn't complicated. Compounding doesn't grow in a straight line. It grows on an expanding base. Every dollar your portfolio earns gets added to the base. So the next year's growth comes off a larger number, and the year after that comes off a larger number still. In the early phases, that expansion is so small you can't feel it. But at a certain point, the base becomes large enough that the math stops feeling slow. It starts feeling like something else entirely. Marcus doesn't know it yet, but he's closer to that point than he thinks. And the number that marks it isn't arbitrary. There's a specific dollar figure where the shift becomes impossible to ignore, where your portfolio stops being the junior partner and starts matching your best financial year without you clocking a single extra hour. That number is $300,000, and one specific comparison makes it click immediately. At $300,000 earning 7%, your portfolio generates $21,000 a year in growth. Sit with that for a second, because here's the number it needs to be compared to. The 2025 maximum 401k employee contribution is $23,500. That's the legal ceiling. The most the IRS will let you put in yourself in a single year. And your $300,000 portfolio just produced $21,000. Those two numbers are almost identical. What that means in plain language is this. Your portfolio is now essentially matching what you're legally allowed to contribute in a year, without you negotiating a raise, picking up extra hours, or doing anything differently at all. For the first time in your investing life, your money is pulling nearly the same weight you are. That's not a motivational framing. That's the actual arithmetic. Diana is 41. She's been maxing out her 401k with employer match for years, contributing $1,500 a month total. 18 grand from her, the rest from her employer. She crossed $300,000 last spring. And a few weeks later, she pulled up her year-end statement and did the math for the first time in a while. Her portfolio had grown $22,400 in 12 months. She had contributed $18,000. The portfolio contributed more than she did. Not slightly more, noticeably more. She read the numbers twice. That moment, the first time your money outworks you, is different from every previous year of investing. Before that point, you were the engine. You earned it, saved it, and deposited it. The portfolio was the passenger. After that point, something has genuinely changed in the power dynamic. You're still contributing, but you're no longer doing the majority of the work. And that shift doesn't reverse. It only accelerates. The mechanics of why are straightforward. That 21 grand your $300,000 portfolio earns doesn't disappear. It gets added to the base. So next year, you're not compounding on $300,000 anymore. You're compounding on $321,000. The year after that, $343,000.